Hello there, it's 97 degrees in my shed today and I am really hot, but this is actually a cooler day. It was supposed to go up to 90 today, and I don't know exactly where it is outside, but I know in my shed I have a little thermometer and it says 97, which is good because it's less than on other days. So I am actually using my shed today, and if it looks like I'm sweating, I'm hot, there's a reason why. Okay, I may actually wipe my face during this. Anyhow, look at this. I got this today. This is the plans for my new home. And it's a very small, as you can see, I would say a very small, humble 2-bedroom home, 2 baths, and it will have a crawl space underneath, and it will have a front porch, which I'm rather excited about, and it will have a laundry room. So I do have the floor plan in here too, if I can find it. This is a lot of details that I guess mean something to contractors. There were like 3 or 4 contractors here this morning, and the fun part was me trying to remember the names. As you can imagine, remembering names is not my best quality. However, Patrick, Michael, Richard, and Bill, I remembered your names finally. So I'm happy about that, and this is sort of the floor plan for the house. 2 bedrooms, 2 baths, laundry room, and a great room which will have a kitchen and I guess lots of great space in it. So I'm all for that. I think it's a vast improvement to what I've been living with for the last 2.5 years, which is a travel trailer that I very much appreciate. I mean, I don't want to say anything bad about the travel trailer because it was a loan from the local tribe of Native Americans, and they were very generous to buy the travel trailers for all the people who had suffered in the fire to live in while they were trying to get it together to have a house again. And it looks like it's finally happened for me. Hold on, I have to cool down. This is crazy. So thank you, Burt's Bees, for helping me through this day. Now this is not a Burt's Bees commercial, and I certainly am not being paid by them, although I should be. I think it would be really nice. Burt's Bees, this is what I use. Micellar, whatever that means. Coconut and lotus facial towelettes. I started using them when I was van dwelling, and it was just a convenient thing because I didn't have a kitchen or running water in the van, unless you want to consider this running water. This is what I called running water, was to have an open bottle and to pour it. And that's all the running water I had in my van. It works when you're in a pinch. But yeah, Burt's Bees. And I've bought other things similar to this, like at Walmart, that were kind of had lotion in them or something like that, and that was awful. But this one doesn't have lotion. It's just clean, pure lotus and coconut water on little towelettes. So commercial over, and I really did not get paid for that, so I'm not a channel that makes money, unfortunately. But what I wanted to talk to you about today isn't about the house or about the towels that I'm using to cool myself off in this extremely hot environment. But I want to talk to you about Sustainability July, which is Faith's thing for July. And so, thank goodness she interested me a few years ago with this book that she was reading, Permaculture, The Earth User's Guide to Permaculture. I found out about this on her channel, and I bought a copy, obviously. And I haven't gotten very far in it. I've actually read, I think I'm in chapter 5 now. No, chapter 6. I'm in chapter 6. I'm learning about soils, which is really important to me because of where I live. And I will take you outside to look at my soil in a few minutes. And you'll see why I'm having issues and wanting to do whatever I can to change this environment into something that's like healthier and yeah, hot. Anyhow, so when I bought that one, I also bought this one, Permability Design. Oh, man, I hope I'm doing this video right. Permaculture Design. So this is actually, it looks like a small book, but it has a lot of writing in it. It's thick with writing information on how to start permaculture in your yard, which is kind of what I want to do. I look at videos and I see people doing food forests. I think that looks really great. I have certain considerations though. I don't want to make something that's going to be burnable, easily burnable, attractive to fires or anything like that, because I've already been through a fire, and I just want something out there that is less flammable, if you know what I mean. And it's going to mean changing the entire yard. It's a ½ an acre and mostly weeds at this point. So I'm reading through those two books for permeability. I can't even say these words. Sustainability July. I am reading through those two books. I am not reading very much of them. I don't expect to finish them this month. I just want to get a little progress in them. And the same with this book, Building Soils Naturally, which is really the issue in my yard. I have lots of soil. I don't know how good it is, but I would like to, I don't know, increase it. I would like to enhance it. I would like to have something better. And unfortunately, I live so far out in the boonies that I just can't call for a load of compost to be delivered by the local dump truck because it doesn't exist. I'm even thinking, excuse me. This is going to be a really weird video. Okay, I got a dump truck full of gravel right before the shed was built, and it's mostly like underneath the shed right now, which is a real blessing. And I do have access to gravel. I'm considering putting gravel around the entire house after it is built because I just don't want the fire to get up to it. So that's the kind of thing that I'm thinking about right now, is how can I make this place fire safe and at the same time have a beautiful landscape that doesn't include 99.9% weeds. So this month I also finally took the plunge and subscribed to Backwoods Home magazine. They've been trying to get me to buy this for years because I do live in a backwoods home. I'm in the middle of the Klamath National Forest, and that's why everything burned 2 years ago. And I also took their offer to get this other magazine called Self-Reliance. So I'm going to get those for the next year. No guarantees beyond that. It's really actually been many years since I ever subscribed to a magazine. So this is a big step for me. And I just want to learn from it, more ideas. Now, I mean, like Self-Reliance, okay, just to read the headlines to you, it says long-term storage pantry. Well, I could go for that. Modern pressure cooking. Okay, maybe, but the truth is I'm just cooking for one person. That would be me, and I don't have a lot of need to cook anything like large meals. Then smoking and cooking fish, maybe. I was a vegetarian for many years, but when I got up to Idaho a few years ago, I discovered my hair was falling out. And after trying many products for hair restoral and being concerned about that, I finally decided it's probably because I wasn't getting enough protein. So I did take to occasionally eating chicken and fish. I don't very often eat anything other than that, like a red meat or of any kind. But I am trying not to be, what's the word? I don't want to be fanatical about vegetarianism anymore. I spent most of my life doing that. I stopped eating meat when I was 17, and for most of the next, what would that be, 40 years, I didn't eat meat. And then my hair started falling out, which is really unacceptable to me for so many reasons. As you can imagine, it's just like, I don't want to be bald. It's not my thing. Oh, man. I do have a little tiny portable cooler over there. It doesn't seem to do very much. It probably is doing more than I know, but it doesn't make it really cool in here. And the shed doesn't have any electricity. I would have had to get a building permit if I had electricity put in. So I don't have a very good electrical system. I do have a little power station over there that runs the lights and the fans, but right now I've got the fan turned off because I'm making a video. In fact, if I made a if I put on the fan, it would make me a lot cooler, but it would also make a background noise that I think would be too much for the video. So I'm just going to rush through this and tell you that I also have a copy of Back to Basics. This book actually survived the fire. I guess I grabbed it before I ran out the door when we had the fire, so still got it. I'm pretty happy about that. So that's what I'm reading for Sustainability July. I don't plan to finish any of these books. I just want to learn something from them. And now we're going to go outside and I'm going to show you why I am concerned about permaculture and what I'm going to be doing with this property ongoing for as many years as I'm going to be living here, which I know will be at least 5 years. Well, God willing, I don't know anything, to be honest with you. God does, and I'm hoping for 5 years on this property at the very least. So let's go. Let's go. All right, what you are looking at now is what this meadow gives me. I live in a place where I'm in a meadow, and it's got a little housing development sort of area in it. And when you water the lawn this time of year, what you mainly get is weeds. Now, these beautiful examples of Queen Anne's lace, they're pretty and I like them. Yes, indeed I do. But that's all that's going to grow. The lawn will not grow. Here's another wildflower that grows naturally here. I hope you can see that. It is pink, it is bright, and it is sweet peas. And I wish they grew more. They're really, really pretty. We also have some California poppies, but they're all closed up this time of day, so we're not going there. This is my front yard right now. As you can see, Queen Anne's lace is the flower of the hour. And we also get some chicory growing here and mustard. And like I said, the sweet peas. But this is the thing this time of year. It gets dry, the grass dries out. And if you water, all that grows is the wildflowers and weeds. So I do want to keep it watered, but at the same time, I just know that we're not going to have a lot of real grass growing out here. And that's kind of what I want to change. I've bought some clover seeds. I'm going to try clover, the very small clover that goes where grass grows, where, you know, people say that if you put clover in, you won't have to mow it, which is a big plus for me because I'm getting older every day. And mowing probably isn't what I want to spend all my time doing. I had the landscapers come out here today and cut away a lot from around my trailer, but I told them to leave the front yard alone just because I just thought this meadow full of Queen Anne's lace was kind of pretty right now. But I do want to replace it. I mean, if I could replace it with something that would be green all year long and low maintenance, you know, that's pretty much what I want to do. I'd like to grow a lot of herbs out here in the front yard. I'd like to put them on the other side of the fence. If you might notice, there's a little fence out here. And it would be nice to have herbs on the other side of the fence and just offer herbs to the public if they want to come and get some. Whether they want to take cuttings home and grow them themselves or just take some home to cook with, that would be fine with me. Uh, and so that's kind of my plan for this area. I hope to have a lot of flowers along the fence line as well, and not Queen Anne's lace, but like real flowers, like roses and I don't know, columbine, just really pretty, pretty flowers, yarrow perhaps. We'll see. I love cottage gardens. I've never made one before, but that kind of thing really does attract me. That is why I'm working through the ideas about permaculture and sustainability, and um, why I'm really focusing just more on my yard than on worldwide problems of sustainability like some of the others are. Okay, talk to you later.